She's an independent climber.
Hold on.
It also makes it, she's also the more courageous, more brave, because she has a life-limiting condition. She climbed down with a 4-litre thing of oxygen in her rucksack. She climbed down during the night to put a yes sign up.
Oh my God, it's so right.
Tommy Sheridan couldn't make it tonight because of personal reasons. But he has that much faith in this lady that he said that she would be more than capable of speaking for him and for solidarity. She's one of the most nicest, bravest, beautiful, strong women. A mother of 5, a climber, and an independent stalwart. Could you please put your hands together for Lindsay Jarrett? I keep forgetting I'm attached to this thing.
No, Lindsay, didn't even shout your fucking God just now. Boy!
This thing around is a bit like being a dog on a lead sometimes. I've not been back to Edinburgh since I climbed the castle in the middle of the night. So it's actually really nice to be back, everyone. It's really good to be back. I don't normally do a speech with notes, I normally just wing it. But there's some things I really feel I want to say today, and tonight even. I normally give someone a bit of a run for the money. I think Gordon Brown's had it from me, Danny Alexander's had it from me, I think Charles Kennedy's also had it from me, and I think tonight is David Cameron's turn. They said David Cameron has got his sums wrong when it came to austerity cuts, right? He got his sums wrong. He made a mistake. These are the people that are running our country, our economy. I don't believe for 1 minute he made a mistake. He's a deliberately deceptive, deceiving individual. What he talks about is all these savings that he's made. Every time you turn on the TV, every time you turn on the radio, he's, oh, I've made all these savings. Let me tell you now, everyone, savings equals cuts. Okay? Savings are basically cuts dressed up. I know it's Halloween time, but that guy's isn't fooling me. Cuts is cuts, mate. What we also see is the fact that local authorities' budgets have been cut to 30% less for our council budgets, as if we're not struggling enough. Someone else has already been up here tonight and commenting on the fact that we're an oil-rich country surrounded by food banks. Well, what's that about?
We're not an oil-rich country, no, it's owned by the Americans.
The other thing is this, you know, is that the results of these cuts are actually quite devastating. Bedroom tax, closure of our A&E departments, inability to get to doctors and GPs, persecution of the disabled, degrading work capability assessments for people. The result of all this is that people have died. That's the truth. People have died because of this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to read from my paper very carefully, and I'll tell you why. I've just said people have died. I'm going to tell you some people who have died. I'm going to read them out to you, okay? Because we owe them some honour. We owe it to these people who have died at the hand of David Cameron. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm going to read from my bit of paper here. Elaine Lowe, 53 years old, suffered from COPD. Fearful of losing her benefits, in desperation she committed suicide. Mark Wood, 44, found fit to work by Atos against his doctor's advice and insistence that he had complex mental health issues. Starved to death after benefits were stopped. He died weighing only 5 stone 8 pounds.
Tory murderers.
John Walker, 57, saddled with debt because of the bedroom tax, took his own life. Paul Reiki, 48, based in Leith in Edinburgh here, a poet and an author, suffered severe depression. He committed suicide when the DWP stopped his benefits after an ATOS fit to work decision. As far as I'm concerned, David Cameron has got blood on his hands, and if he had a conscience, he would have coffins on his conscience. The average person here today is 1,600 quid worse off a year than they were before. The top 1% of the rich in this country are 50% better off year on year on year. How is that right? Tell me that.
Yeah, disgusting.
As far as I'm concerned, that 50% benefit that they get is our debt. They owe it to us. They owe it to us to put it back into our economy to have some equality. I want to know how many more people are going to have to die at the hands of this man. You know? It seems to be every Prime Minister we have has blood on their hands, be it Tony Blair sending our boys off to wars that we shouldn't be fighting in, be it David Cameron bringing about austerity cuts. You know? The thing is, they get away with it. It's alright to be a Prime Minister and be a murdering bastard. That's okay. You know, the thing is, as I say, how many people are going to have to die here, but how many more times are we going to have to watch as politicians are laughing at the fact that our people are having to use food banks? They were laughing, caught on camera doing it. How many incidents of racism and persecution are we going to have to put up with? It's obvious that I'm frustrated. It's obvious that I get a bit agitated, but I make no apologies for that. Because I live in the most beautiful country with amazing people, and I believe that we should have equality, and I believe that the distance between the rich and the poor is far too great. It shouldn't be like that. We should have equality and be equal, and everyone deserves the same. Everyone deserves a food on their table at night. Everyone deserves a bed to sleep in. The thing is, as well, is when you think about all that and you think about those that voted no and the ones that are now saying they wish they'd voted yes, and well, that's great and all, we're all happy for you, but we told you. We told you so. How the hell can anyone turn around and say that the Westminster government is a viable option is beyond me. So these are just some of the reasons why we must keep the independence movement alive, folks. We cannot leave these people who are murdered at the hands of the Rainbow Tories be in vain. We can't let their deaths be in vain. We must honour them by continuing to fight against the corrupt establishment intent on crushing our nation. We must unite and fight, but above all, everyone here, we must never ever give in, not ever. Okay? Most of you are going to be here a lot longer than I am, and I ask you this one thing, each and every one of you, remember this night, remember the night when that wee woman stood up and shouted at you. And take this forward for me, for your kids, for my kids, yeah? And don't give in. Keep fighting, keep running on the ground, and keep arresting them, okay? Have a good night.